They ask for slow jams, followed with some slow dance. A bit of grooving with a bit of romance. Pretty lady in the spot. They ask for slow jams, vibrating so followed by some slow dance. You are my prize in this day. I'm looking at a while. A bit of grooving with a bit of romance. Pretty lady in the spot. They ask for slow jams, vibrating so followed by some slow dance. You are my prize in this day. I'm looking at a while. A bit of smooth and my words are tight. I say, pretty lady in the spot. They ask for slow jams, vibrating so followed by some slow dance. You are my prize in this day. I'm looking at a while. A bit of grooving with a bit of romance. Pretty lady in the spot. They ask for slow jams, vibrating so followed by some slow dance. You are my prize in this day. I'm looking at a while. A bit of grooving with a bit of romance.
Yo. So what's been happening?
What's been happening?
We had what's his name? CE's fight last week.
Who's?
CE.
Oh yeah.
There's a bit of
I know it was a little bit traumatizing.
But it's worse when you're on the, when you're a person in the corner, though.
Yeah,
Hey,
it
because,
is.
like you're
I think I felt it
yeah,
last week with CE.
because you have to be like when they don't have any answers, you've got to have some answers.
Yeah.
You know, when they're going through a whole lot of chaos in that ring, you've got to be the person to come up with an answer, and it's just like, you know, what happens if you don't? That's why the training up to the fight is so important. That's why you'll see me get you guys to spar, and I won't say anything. Let you figure it out, so that 80% of what you do inside the ring, you can figure it out most times, as long as we go over a game plan. And then just that little 10-20% that you need when things go chaotic, you know, I can help out.
Yeah, because there was a hard thing kind of. Like we were
Is your thing on?
There we go.
And that was recorded
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, but that was probably one of the hardest things to do. Was like me and this one, like we were giving CE all the instructions, and he was just so scared after the thing hit him with their right hand. He was like, "Oh nah, his power's too good. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that." And I was just like, breathe. Just
I think
relax.
that's the first time I've composed myself in the corner.
Yeah.
Because like you couldn't just like explode, like be like, or that like that grumpy auntie on the side.
Yeah.
You had to like give him some
constructive criticism.
I think
to
that's
push
when
him.
you had to separate your relationship, like being the auntie, to being a professional. Like, you know, he's looking to you for direction. Eh?
Yeah.
You had to be calm and composed. Otherwise, if you panic, he's gonna panic.
Yeah, he's gonna panic.
Mm.
Even more because he was already panicking.
It's panicking after the first, was it 30 seconds? And he got hit.
Yeah.
He got hit.
What did you see, Sire?
Oh, from the side, yeah. Yeah, I just seen C balled up into a shell after that first few hits. I already knew what was happening. His confidence. Even before going into the fight, I already knew he kind of mentally lost that fight. So when I see it unfolding in the ring, I was like, oh. I was hoping like during the fight he would like get over it and just like obviously get over it. But yeah, it was a good thing, to be honest. Positive. Getting that.
He said that. Yeah. He said he learnt a lot. He saw what we meant, and you know. But I think it's it's always consistent with a lot of new fighters. Too much over analyze things and not enough do. You know, we gotta be like you over analyze in training. You over analyze when you're doing your drills and your skills. You know, fitness not really. It's just really just pump it out. But all that sort of stuff you put together in training, there you go to sparring. Once you go into the ring, like that's where it should come together. And whatever doesn't come together, and whatever you don't get on the day, leave it because it's not going to come to you. Just go with what you have, you know. And you know, I think like with him, he talked to his friend who was the guy's brother, so that psyched him out. He seen this guy around, and straight away he went, "Oh, he's big." You know, it was just young with it, you know. But you know, I think personally, you know, he done well because he still tried to use some kind of skill. His ego, which is you know not too bad, his ego wouldn't let him just get defeated. If he was going to go down, he was going to go down doing something flash.
Yeah.
He was going to go down still throwing punches. You know, he was going to go down showing that he's still the skillfuler boxer out of the two, you know. So I think like for me, you know, he still put his you know, put a good foot forward, but I think, you know, just it's a learning. So you're sparring last week. What did you think about your sparring?
To be honest, I think I did really poor. And I just felt like I don't know. It was like my worst sparring. To be honest, to me,
yeah.
I was just like, to be honest, I was thinking too much things. Like, I was trying to do too much in my brain, and then during the fight, in the moment, I'm like getting caught with stuff I shouldn't be getting caught with and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you done well. It wasn't so much it was your worst. It was probably, like I said, that was you caught patience at his best. That's the best I've ever seen him spar. You know, like honestly, like, this guy was just an absolute beast. He couldn't hurt him. He kept on throwing punches and technique. He kept on coming forward. He kept on hitting with power shots. He kept on trying to counter. He kept on trying to play angles. I just went, man, like unfortunately for you, you just caught him at his best because he's never sparred like that.
I think he was like, I'm not losing the sparring to him.
That's exactly what it was.
But he was amazing. Like honestly, he was amazing.
Yeah, that's good for him. At least he knew to push himself.
Yeah. And I think he's doing like the little extra things. Like he's changed his diet.
Yeah.
He's doing extra fitness sessions, you know, so those little things behind the scenes is what you saw on Thursday. So
that's good.
You know, it's paying off.
For him especially.
The diet one is a good one for him.
Yeah.
You know? You know, and then, you know, like obviously, you know, for yourself, I think it's always the defaults, you know, drills are good for getting rid of those defaults that we always, you know, always do, the things that we want to kind of get rid of. Like I said with you always pop your head up every time you throw a right hand or a left hand, you know, your chin's coming up in the air. You're not playing enough angles of that head, taking your head off center. So I think like for you, it was, for me, you still hit him with some bangers too, but to be honest. But for me, I think I saw your jaw go up a level. You took some bangers. And let's be honest, he's over 20 kgs heavier than you. And you took a lot of bangers, you know what I mean? So that to me, you know, kind of sets us up in the right mindset of being hard, you know, real boxing, you know, which is, you know, tough boxing and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, as we add the skill, we know we've got the hard man mentality there. We know we've got the work ethic mentality there. Now we just need to add in the skills to complement everything. So I think you're doing well, you know. What about you, ma'am?
Who? Me.
There's no other man.
Oh,
Maybe.
I was like, what about me?
Well, how's your training going?
No.
Please finish that.
My training. Wait, what did we do last week?
Just a lot of
I
walks.
didn't come
Just a lot
to
of
training.
walks.
Yeah, but yeah, during the day I've just been like going on walks.
Man, this one.
Wait, not walks. I mean like walks up like very long steep stairs.
A walk
That
is a
counts.
walk.
Oh,
No, like but
What
man.
happened to your runs?
Oh man, don't give me started. This one, it's like a whole ass. You gotta go through like a whole ass argument just to get her to run down the block.
No, it's
Man,
wait.
shut up. Sorry. We literally we stopped
When?
doing laps around the block, the whole Manukau, cause she said, "Oh, it's boring now. It's the same route every day." I'm like, that's not the point. It's the whole running around fitness. It's not to be entertained by the
No,
run.
I get it. Like you can run the same route, but for me, I get bored easily. Like running the same route, we could try something new.
Yeah, you might have to
Like
do
try
another
something
route
new.
somewhere
Yeah.
else, or
Extend the route, make it longer.
I know
Nah,
how you
not
get-
even extend it. Like just
Nah.
a new.
But
Yeah.
even like use the posts. So with him, it's sprint jog,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm gonna sprint walk.
Honestly, it was walk, stop.
but that's the aim though. That's the aim is to
Yeah.
and
sprint
then the other
jog.
thing is like you don't have to do. You can offset it with like aqua jogging. Hey,
What's aqua
maybe
jogging?
once.
Bro, aqua jogging is for like old people.
They're like
that
power,
what
they're
people
like
think?
power
It's
walking.
better
Probably
than her
more for
walking.
me. Like
Like
Power walking or something.
look. I'm not downing people going on walks and walking up the steps and doing the trail walks and all that sort of stuff. But your boxes,
Yeah.
you know, like that should be a warm up. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
like that's not even the, that's not even the standard.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like let me put this. Jordan also vapes. Let me put that out there, right?
Wait, Jordan.
She vapes.
Jordan from
Your
Foxford.
opinion.
You know, the one that
Yeah.
had you bored up in the corner.
Oh,
you
she
know,
vape?
saying hello to your gloves and just like so like she vapes, but she also pushes herself on the training so that she can still make it through, you know. And she's like 33 years old, you know. So like for someone like that, that's as of age, vapes, but something's still keeping her in the matches.
Jesus Christ. So does that mean I
Don't
should
use
stop
the Lord's name
smoking?
in vain.
Sorry, Lord. But does that mean I should stop smoking and just vape? Go back to vaping?
No, but that's not the point. The point is she pushes herself and turns up the training 5 days a week.
Mm.
That's the difference, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you look at it like that, going for a little trail walk, that's not gonna cut it. Walking with what's her name?
Who?
That I used to see in your stories.
Wiki.
The one, the motor mouth girl.
Yeah, Wiki.
Like just walking with her down the backyard of the farm, like that's not gonna cut it either. It's like you gotta do some real training because but that's why I said to you, like you got the potential for the world, but you got the motivation of a person in depression, you know.
Yeah,
Are you depressed?
No.
Are you depressed?
Are you depressed?
No,
Just-
I'm
we
not.
gotta have a talk to this guy. Yeah. And then we had this guy sparring, which I blew him
yeah.
up in front of everybody.
Mm.
Why, what?
Because he hasn't been training. Like, this guy does what you do. You know?
What?
No, not motivated to train. You know, if he can get off it, he'll get off it. Like, if he can come back and just go lie in bed and just kind of sneak. That's what he does. That's what I feel. What we do. In this house. We're playing ninja. We're playing ninja. You know, wherever I am, he's gonna try and be on the opposite side. Of me. And if mum needs something from the shop, he'll put his hands to get in the car and jump over the shop. You know, like. And then like that's what he puts forward, and he ended up getting getting pushed a little bit more further than what he thought. But like, just so that he could get a reality of what I was talking about, like I showed him people in his weight class that that were amateurs but now pros, just to give him an idea of what I'm talking about, and he got it after that. Or did you?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so
Is that going to motivate you to train?
I don't know. We just have to wait and see.
Oh, you know what? That attitude.
Nah, yeah, it's definitely motivated me to kind of push further because I don't want to be kind of going back there. Cause
how was your first sparring against them after what happened?
no, it was good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were there.
It was at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
was
weigh-in.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weigh-in.
Wait, huh?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
at
yeah.
Like
weigh-ins
last year.
last year.
Before your...
Were you there? No, you weren't.
No, I wasn't.
No, you weren't.
No, you fellas are still sneaking behind closed doors.
Man, this sounds like Polyfist.
Free security.
Man, there were all the action happening at Polyfist that I've seen.
Oh, were you security?
Nah, everyone was
Sort
kind
of
of
on the stories.
Oh,
and people
true.
were
It's
filling me
still
in.
it was at LaSalle and
Saying Kelston.
Calston, yeah.
What?
Man,
Fight?
those ones have been warring for what?
Ages. Yeah.
But then, it was bloody stupid for someone to start dissing someone else's dead relative. That's what kicked everything off.
Man, these kids have no filter, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
new
that's right.
generation.
Yeah.
No, this like his generation when he was in school, like they were sitting there roasting each other on each other's mothers.
Mm.
I don't know. Was that the?
Yeah, that was the thing back at school with us
Yeah.
too.
Well, you guys are the same age.
Yeah.
So we can kind of learn like a lot. Like, is it normal for people to diss each other's mums and a person not do anything about it?
Well, nowadays, nah. But
No.
back then, like,
Yeah,
because
that
it was all over not social media. It was all over TVs, like MTV. They created that.
Oh
over in,
yeah.
over in
What was it?
America with Your Mama jokes.
Yeah,
yeah,
Mama
yeah.
jokes,
Yeah, so that was like, well,
It was just
what we were
normal,
watching.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
during that time, if someone dissed your mum, did you just think
Yeah.
it off as a joke?
It's a
Yeah.
joke. Yeah.
Oh.
And they will come back.
Yeah.
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 Did anyone ever take it too far?
Not really.
Mhm.
Oh.
Because back then, it's usually the ones that are close to you. Or
Bro,
like,
his mates took it far. In fact, the one that caused him to break his collarbone, like he had the biggest mouth of them all.
Yeah.
Like he used to say some ruthless stuff, and I was like, yo, yeah, I don't know. I used to go to Lotion. Why don't you just go hook him? That would be the end of the story. Mm. Yeah, no.
Lacey, was it the same for you? Like, did you have those sorts of your mama jokes back then?
Oh, like what Sai said, like only your close friends will just make those little jokes,
Oh.
and you'll joke back, but nothing big and serious.
like you can push it to a point, but not to like where you're like insulting their like dead relatives.
They're what?
Yeah, I did.
Sorry, I was not knowing that.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. So, where are you guys in terms of like? Are you guys staying together now? Or
Yeah, the last 2 months.
how's that been?
This one I feel is adjusting to it pretty hard.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
Bruh, huh?
No, I'm not adjusting
just
to it.
like any little thing I do is annoying.
I'll be honest with you. Like, and I'm not gonna put this in, but when she goes, "Yep, we're gonna pay for our shirts,"
Yeah.
but in every single things that you guys have to pay for, all I see is Saya.
Oh, hey.
I was like, oh, this is not good, man. Paying all the bills. But I think, if we go back to you, Miss Ma'am, I think like we have to get to a point where I really think you're more than just a podcaster. But like I said, those sort of things they have to come internally. You have to find that reason why you're doing it for yourself. And then it's not even the why. Now it's that why that a lot of people talk about. To me, that's just the motivation to get you started. You have to get to a point where consistent. It's just about being consistent in what you want to do and what you're trying to strive for. And right now, the why for the both of you is to rep your country. And for me, for us, boxing is a tool. We use boxing as a tool. When we're coaching indoor or outdoor or even league, like that was the tool. And I was talking to this guy about it the other day. Like, do you remember what I was saying? Exactly.
Because we were talking about how everything you learn in sports, you're able to transition those skills into life. But there was something that I was kind of missing, was I was able to kind of learn everything in the sports, but not transition the skills I learned in those sports in life. And
it was also about getting things right in life, and then understanding that makes a big impact when you take that mentality into sports. All right, let me go religion. Okay, let's go religion. Do we believe in Allah?
Me personally, no. I don't believe in Allah.
Do we believe in Jesus?
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Jesus Christ, yes.
And you, sir?
Yes.
Do you believe that there's anything in your life that's been a curse and holding you back?
A curse.
A curse. I was talking to these guys about it today, and I was like, we call it a curse because it's something that keeps recurring. It's a recurring mistake over and over and over again. However, if you correct that mistake, then it doesn't become a curse. So it's a mistake that you've made, and you continuously make, even though. And the funny thing about it is, you know exactly what it is that you're doing. You know exactly how to fix it, but you just don't.
Curse. I'd see as a, like, instead of curse, like challenges. I'd say just being comfortable in certain things. Like I said, before I came boxing, I was too comfortable with what I was doing before, that I lost the passion for that sport. And when I joined youth, that passion came back into something else.
Nothing motivates a person than a punch in the face.
Yes.
But a mistake that you've made. Now, obviously,
Mistake.
obviously, everyone's got something in the closet, so obviously don't go into the closet. But let's talk about just like habitual mistakes, like I don't know.
Example?
This guy, he's lazy. You know, as much as you guys say that he's fit this, fit that,
Yeah.
he's actually lazy, and he has to be getting up, and you have to put a program in front of him, and then you gotta kick him out the door.
Seen it on Sunday.
Yeah.
Hey, what's this?
Oh.
I was gonna say, when was this?
Hmm?
When was this?
When you slept for like almost 2 hours.
Yeah, because we had nothing to do. We were sitting there for ages because he was the second to last fight.
You're right on the money with that one there. That sleeping thing, hey, like that's oh my gosh. If this guy didn't have to get up, he'd probably just sleep his life away, you know? Only get up to go toilet, eat, and then straight back to bed, you know? Like, what do you think is the problem there when a person sleeps too much?
I don't know, because we're the same.
That's what I was just about to say. I was just about to say this one is like if she could sleep all day, she'll do it. She used to do it.
Exactly, you know? Because if you can find out what the problem with him, and you can find out what the problem with her, then you can turn around that solution.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
back
do
on
you
the
sleep
track.
late?
Huh?
Do you sleep late?
No.
Yeah, you do. If he's not going to work, like in the weekends, like let me put it this way, we gotta wake him up. You know. What was it? What was the other day? I rang you at 10:30, right? And you had just you were still asleep. As soon as my horns were
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is like from our generation, like even now I still get up at 5 o'clock in the morning on the weekends. It's just a habit. But if you get a habit of that, it's like hello.
And then it's like, see, you got children, so you can kind of hide behind that excuse, you know. But this guy, the only children he's got are the cats. So it's like, alright, yeah. Does it make sense for you too? Or?
It makes sense, but I'll kind of.
Do you look in the past and go, oh, I could have done that better? Or, you know, if I made this decision, this could have been a different outcome?
Kind of.
Nah, you're just straight lazy, huh?
Straight.
Straight
Honestly, before I met her, I used to get up early as like back then. I used to get up like 4 in the morning, like do a lot of stuff before I actually get to work, and then come back. I used to do early shifts, come back late. I used to do 14, 15-hour shifts during the week, and then once I met her, man, that's when I found out how to sleep in.
But get this, like this is where this guy's funny. He can party for 72 hours straight. You know, like he can party 3 to 4 days straight, not a problem. And then on top of that, like there was one time, you and T, where did you fellas walk from? You guys walked back from you and T, not Tilo, my nephew, Tuffy Mac.
Yeah.
After clubbing.
Yeah, because we walked straight down Queen Street, straight to the bus stop, and then we were up for ages waiting for the bus to pick us up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Take us all the way back to Papakura train station, and then we just had to walk back, walk from the Papakura train station to home.
Oh no!
It's not actually.
It's probably not what I told. Oh, probably what he told you, because I was like, I remember.
But at least you guys look decent.
Right, yeah, like. But there was, you even remember that time, like me and you were drinking, like over
at Ollie's house.
Yeah. And like
Oh
we
no,
went
was this good or bad?
No, like,
That was good.
We went through all the hot
All the
stuff.
hot bottles,
We
yeah.
went through all the RTDs, like
The Jack Daniels and the
Yeah.
Coke.
and bro, like I had been going hard out. I turn up and look at this guy, and this guy's still going with me, you know, looking fresh as you know. I was like, bro, this was alcoholic. Anyway, he was telling her, well, what did you tell her?
There
What,
was
is
something.
she famous or
what's-
something?
Oh, she's a Nepal, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
He,
she
he,
is
he
famous.
said like it was
So I
cringe
said,
as hell.
"Don't do names."
It was cringe as hell. He goes, they call me like something
Something.
because when I hit, they don't get up and they don't come back. Like, and somebody had recorded it. You know?
Did you scare her away?
Then they put it up on the stories. I was
Yeah.
like, bro. I was like,
Pick up line gone
yeah.
wrong.
I was like, what a cringes. Yo. Do you want to share something in terms of religion?
No,
No?
no, because this one tells me I'm airy fairy.
Oh, go give me an example.
I don't know. You used to say
Turn the camera.
that I'm airy fairy. That was when we first met.
Oh man, see, that's
Very
the
bad.
depression.
We're
analyzing the past.
Nah, I think yeah, no, I got saved when I was like 28, and it's just been a journey. Yeah. So, but through all of the different journeys in and out of church, during that journey, I'm still strong in my faith, and it's not because of church, but just my relationship with Jesus. Yeah, and certain close friends that have been in my circle for a long time.
Do you think, like, you know, obviously there's always something to learn in life, but do you think, like, you've changed, you've matured to how you were, let's say, 4 years ago or 5 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In what way?
Positive.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Just making positive like choices.
Oh, yeah? Like
Yeah.
what?
Like putting my kids first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's the hardest drug you've tried?
Weed.
Yeah. What's the hardest drug you've tried?
Not weed.
Yeah. What about you?
Me?
So,
Oh my.
no, I'm not. I like hard. Like, it was speed. 1 tablet of speed, and they cut it in half.
What is that, like ecstasy or?
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
very
Oh, okay.
similar.
And like they cut it in half, and they said, you know, like, only take half, don't take a full. So I was like, oh yeah, cool as. Like, I think 72 hours, 3 days, 2 nights. I stayed up straight, and as I was coming down, I was sitting like 3 days straight on, you know, eyes awake and everything, but I can't remember anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I was just like, everyone couldn't tell that I was on or anything like that. Like I just I couldn't remember anything. And then when I did finally come through, like, you know how it is with alcohol, like you kind of, you black out, but then there's like little parts that
Yeah.
That you remember.
chime in
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
But
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember. But with this one here, I couldn't remember anything. And when I finally came through, I was sitting in one of the Kazi's bathrooms in the bathtub itself, coming down
Yeah.
off the high, you know.
When
So,
you were coming down off it, did you want more or no?
no, I hated the high.
Mm.
I hated that because I couldn't remember.
Mm.
I rather alcohol, and alcohol did nothing but get me into trouble. But I rather alcohol because at least I could still
Remember?
like, and you know, you always go through this stage where you go, I can control the drunkenness. You know, like
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I
yeah.
just if I just drink about
You're like, fight it.
hey, you know, you think you're gonna drink to about here and analyze, and yeah, I'm gonna just stay on
Stay
that,
on that.
stay on that. Hey, then next minute, you know, you bring all your friends, you know, and then
Do you like weed?
nah, I hated weed too. I couldn't stand it. It made me too paranoid and too like yeah.
I only tried it once, and when I woke up, I think I went, and I thought I had floated to the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
Like motion sickness.
No, I literally thought I had floated to the ceiling. I was like, what the? Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Cloud nine.
was not a very good experience.
Yeah, I did
for
it
me.
once, and that was the first and last.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Hardcore Drug Man?
No, not hardcore. No, nah, cause do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
It was all his family. So his mum and they were all cool and all, but it was his aunties that kind of we were really into it, where they made like edibles and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and you used to take the
Yeah.
edibles. How'd it make you feel?
I had one and it wasn't thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. Wasn't.
The
Nah,
dun-
you would have
The
been
da-
laughing.
the aunties like, you know, hey young boy.
Nah.
Correct. Talk about the delusion of what happens when you do too much drugs, or
Oh.
you know, or even get hit in the head too much. You know, because I think like that's a very important thing. You know, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, you know, like do you wonder, you know, is there something in your mind that goes like? Because I watch you, when you get hit with a shot, you let everyone know you got hit with a shot. You know, remember how you were talking about how City, it's like, man, he couldn't even hide it. Hey, you know, you're supposed to hide that, you know, it didn't affect you. But I was like,
Nah, like a-
exactly.
Yo.
Nah, like a body shot. He actually got.
A body shot too.
Did I?
Did
show-
you did you not watch you,
You
and Jordan?
show it as well.
Oh, do I?
Yo.
Sometimes maybe because I smile and then it just looks obvious then. But like I'm smiling because I'm mad.
Smile because everyone gets into that place where I want to smash you.
But do you hold it?
But I'm so tired, you can beat me
Yeah. We have 1 month before your debut.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm confident, to be honest.
Yeah,
No.
I am too.
Yeah.
But I think once we add in, like, tighten up your shape.
Yeah.
And just add in a few more skills in there and just rip it.
Mm.
We're just going to
Yo.
rip it. But man,
You've come a long
Daniel's
way.
supposed to be fighting on the same card. This guy hasn't even beat the
Wait.
train. He worse than you.
Yo.
Well,
Daniel.
how come he hasn't been?
I don't know.
Oh.
You know, it's like, bro, you want to trial for some more, but you don't even turn up the training.
But
After-
did he get it?
After that one fight he had with
Yeah.
Jazz. Yeah, he
Yeah,
has.
I think he put on a, but he's still got to drop weight though.
Mm.
How
'Cause
much
I
weight
can't-
does he have to drop?
So he's sitting at 98, 99. He's got to drop another 8 kgs.
Mm. For the
Do you think
90K.
that'd be easy for him?
Nah, it's not going to be easy.
When you look at him, he's actually quite slim already. It's like this
Yeah.
guy.
Mm.
Hey, they're both actually quite slim. So, you know, anything that, you know, you're kind of taking off them, like, you just don't. Like, to me, the both of them, if I'm to get them to drop down, the weight has to come off the legs.
Yeah.
They got to
Yeah.
lose the muscle
Yeah,
in the legs
yeah,
in
Which
order
is
for them
running.
to get it, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. But we can't even formulate a plan with Daniel because he doesn't even turn up. It's like he just wants to live in that, you know, that one fight, you know. I don't know.
And then they say they'd be doing all this kind of training back home and all this other stuff, but when it comes to the sparring session, they bloody shows.
Yeah,
Because the thing
Yeah.
is you don't want to leave it for the last minute.
Mm.
Like you don't want to try and do
But
all
it's
the
so
fitness
true.
in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
How like boxing exposes you in the ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really does. If you don't keep up with the training and everything consistently, that's gonna come out.
Mm.
It honestly does.
That's why it's always funny when people always say, "Oh yeah, no, I haven't turned up to this and this, but I've been doing all of these trainings at home. I've been punching the bag. I've been going for my runs." Like, "Oh, you're cool as." And then we go sparring. And
I've been going for walks.
walks up hills, walks on the stairs.
Yes.
Man, I feel
No,
like,
but I mean, you guys have been in the corner, like the whole three of you.
yeah,
You know, and if you're that person giving, you know, like
the advice.
the advice to the fighter that's going through that chaos, now you understand why I want full push in training
Mm.
so that we don't get to that spot. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
it's just hard. It's hard to kind of like there's no amount of any knowledge or anything that I can say that if you haven't been turning up to training, that's going to get you out of trouble once you're in that place. Like when you fought we'll say Jay. Like was there a thing inside of you that said, man, I want to get her back?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
And how exactly were you gonna do that?
Turn up to training? Well, obviously, it hasn't been.
Do you think you lie too much?
Yes.
I do lie, but I don't lie too much.
So you know every time you message and you say, oh, Coach, I'll be there on Monday. Oh, Coach, I'll be there. Oh, Coach, I'll be
Do you know
there.
what's funny? Every
Please.
time I text you and I say I'll be there, like the next day I'm actually like caught up in something. Why are you smiling?
Is that true, sire?
Do you want to be homeless?
To be honest, it's not like you're a moody person. So if you're feeling like training, then you'll train. If you're
Yeah.
not feeling like training, you're not gonna train.
Yeah, I think like you know, now that you brought her up, let's talk about it. You know,
Emotional?
the points of the dopamine hits. You know, the what we think we require. You know, like when you get up, is the first thing you go to your phone?
No.
No.
Smoke.
When you get up,
Oh,
is the first thing you go to your phone?
no.
Lies.
No, because I need to go to the toilet first.
See, that's how he tries to get out. But it's like, you know, let's be honest. We know he takes that phone to the toilet, and you know he's hopping on it. It's the artificial satisfaction that comes. You know, I have to show you guys this.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Ask Saya.
Okay, yeah, go ask him.
With the dopamine hits. Like,
Alright.
what do you do when you first wake up?
When I first wake up,
Your phone.
to turn off the alarm, yeah. Cause
Yeah, but
I'm her alarm to
Ah.
take the kids to school.
And what are
This
you
one,
doing?
Honestly,
What are you doing?
honestly, this one, her kids. I think 1 or 2 classes are gone before the kids
Right.
actually hit school.
Oh,
That's so bad. You make it out like I'm so bad.
But yeah, I'm up and then yeah.
And touching your phone.
What do you mean touch my phone?
After the alarm goes off, what do you go? Oh,
To
your
get
phone.
up and make breakfast for the boys and then warm up the car.
And
And
what
then
are
we
you?
take the boys to school.
Okay.
This one. But yeah, that's the first thing I do.
Because it's the.
Let's go on his phone because he went to turn off his alarm.
Oh, is that what you mean if I go on my phone? Well, am I
Yeah.
gonna let it ring the whole time?
She just asks, "What is the first thing you go on
Oh,
when
go
you
on.
wake up?"
Oh, does that count? Like turning
That
off the alarm?
counts, eh?
nah, it
Turning off
doesn't.
the alarm doesn't
He
count.
literally turns off the alarm and then he checks the time and checks if anyone messages him. That's going on your phone.
Check your pin on. I literally
You
wake
check your
you up.
notifications?
I literally wake you up.
Okay, play the song.
This one. No, it's funny because this one is on my phone more than I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't
And,
know,
you
too.
know, how we were talking about what do you do when you're drunk?
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, in my younger days, we used to have a family team for touch, and used to call it TGI Touch Nights.
Awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, I used to get drunk quite quickly, then go out on the field and do a few laps.
Oh, before the game.
Oh my god.
No, no, after.
Oh, I was
while
gonna
we're
say.
drinking, after while we're drinking, they'll go do a few laps. They'll come back, have some more to drink. They go back out and they'll
That's
just
so
do my.
bad.
Huh?
Do you
Bro.
feel like fuzzy?
Like we one time were down in Tauranga, drunk the whole night,
Yeah.
right up until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I go to bed, and this nigga's out going for a run down the driveway and onto the road.
Oh
I'm like,
my
what are you
Oh
doing?
shit! That's what I used to do to sober up.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah. So then when I was younger, I used to run the field to sober up. Then go for some more drinks, and then run and sober up.
What do you guys do to sober up?
Go to sleep.
Yeah. Go to sleep.
Go sleep.
Oh, just with me, I can't eat before like to sober up. Go to sleep because it comes straight out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's very similar. Oh, dear.
It has to be the next day.
Oh.
And it was so funny because he drank his first time drinking with my family, and him and my mom had a bottle of Jack Daniels, and my mom downed the whole of the Jack Daniels, and I think he had a little left, and he didn't horse it, but he started spewing.
Everywhere.
Wow.
Power jacking.
Yeah. That was bad. It was like hot bottle and then a box of curdies on the side.
Oh.
That was my go-to back when I used to drink box of curdies.
What's your go-to drinks?
Jeez. Mine would be Woody's.
What is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to be Woody's, but I want lolly drinks.
This one, the lolly drink.
Mm.
Nah.
I asked the chat GPT a question just to see what it was, like what it would say. And the question was, if I was the devil trying to destroy men in the 21st century, well, that was the question I asked, and then it said, if I was the devil trying to destroy men in the 21st century, I'd use tools and trends and modern world against them subtly, strategically, and systematically. Here's how I'd go about it. And so, when I had a look, and I was like, because to me, it's always, I find them quite interesting, like Chat GPT and all that sort of stuff, because, is it showing up?
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
make it bigger. Though. It's, does it look better?
I can't
Really?
see.
But
Yeah,
it
I'm
says,
so blind.
so basically it says, it would distort their identity and purpose, convince men that they have no real purpose beyond pleasure and success, erase the idea of masculinity rooted in strength, responsibility, and sacrifice, replace it with confusion, shame, or toxic extremists, make them forget they're meant to lead, protect, and serve, weaponize technology, flood their lives with endless distractions, porn, video games, social media, and mindless scrolling. Isolate them with fake intimacy so they choose pixels over real people. Keep them addicted to dopamine hits instead of meaningful connections or progress. Break family structure. Normalize fatherlessness and broken homes. I think that's something that's been talked about in the government for a while now. Undermine the role of men and families, make fatherhood seem optional or irrelevant, feed cycles of abandonment, resentment, and dysfunction. Glorify comfort and numb the pain. Make suffering seem pointless instead of redemptive. That's a big one, eh? Make suffering seem pointless, because that's that like depression that I'm talking about. It's like
there's nothing worth to live for.
yeah.
There's so much suicide now because kids don't have hope, or they don't realize that there's hope, you know.
And NZ's like one of the highest.
Yeah, New Zealand, and it's amazing that New Zealand is one of the highest for suicides.
Yeah.
Because they feel like hopeless.
What is it, third?
No, they're the first.
Oh, first now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But you see, like even that, like I think that's a good point that you bring up. I think that's a good point to talk about. Like tall poppy syndrome here in New Zealand. Like I think there was what's his name that came over? Speed.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm Speed.
Speed.
Yeah.
Hey, and then the government jumped in and said he makes money from videos. He can't do videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his job. Blah blah blah. And then Jimmy Jackson jumped on and said, you know, like there was a lot of complaints. He was basically, you know, pointing at the New Zealand government, saying, you know, we try and get, you know, people here, and you guys are doing everything you can to, you know, send them away, and all that sort of stuff. But you know, to me, it was like the culture. They were talking about, you know, our culture is this and our culture is that. But for me, that is our culture. Our culture is tall poppy syndrome. Our culture, and it doesn't matter what race or nationality you are, our culture is to tear each other down. That's our culture. It has always been. Like even in family, like you know, we go for family meetings for land. You'll have land back in
Tonga.
you know in Tonga. Eh? You guys had those family meetings, right? Eh? They're nothing but destructive, right? Hey, that's the same across the board. You know, like Polynesian culture, Kiwi culture is, you know, very much masked in like what they call crabs that try to climb out of the bucket, but the other crabs will pull it back down. You know, like that's tall poppy syndrome. They won't, like, you know, even in business, we notice in business, other businesses talk about support, but they won't support you. You know. Yeah, they say they're going to, but they never do. You know, and it's all about, you know, they need to pull you down. My problem is this: while we're playing the tall poppy, pull each other down, other nationalities and government-funded agencies are lifting themselves up. And you know, not to talk about race too much, but you know, you look at I don't know, white collar. You know, you look at the way they do things. They don't, you know what I mean. Like they'll work with each other. If you're offering good product, then I want that product. Give me that product, and they're wheeling and dealing. Chinese do it with each other. You know, they lift up their own communities. They buy from their own communities, lift up their own communities. Indians do it with their own communities.
Even the Iranians.
Yeah, Iranians, Iraqis, you know, call it whatever you want. Even the Muslim communities, you know. But you know who doesn't do it? Polynesians. Hey, Polynesians will not do it for each other. They never work for each other. And they're the tall poppy syndrome, you know, really. They're the ones that will bring them down. Eh? Yeah,
They're Polynesians.
Yeah.
Do you class Māoris as Polynesian?
Yeah. If I was talking about Pacific, I might be talking about just islanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, Polynesians, like that's you know, from Hawaii to here to.
Because is New Zealand not an island?
Because you know, like there's Melanesia, Micronesia, and Polynesia, right? And Polynesia engulfs everything from
Yeah.
But you know, that's the tall poppy syndrome. Is you know, let's be like, you know, you see, like right now, I saw a war on social media with a couple of Pacific Islander influencers, you know, just looking to tear each other down and everything, you know, and it's just like, you know, while they're doing, and I get it, you know, like the system that's been built has been built by, you know, white collar people, you know, like they've been doing this for centuries. You know what I mean? Like we're new. We're new to this. We're still learning. They've had hundreds and hundreds of years of just adapting and tightening and just lifting the value and understanding. You know, we're at a point right now where we're still trying to understand, you know, how to work assets and how to work, you know, limited companies and you know, corporations and to not pay tax, you know, or how to use trusts to be able to hide your houses and all and make them assets and you don't have to pay anything. Like we're still learning that stuff, whereas real estate people have been doing it the whole time. Sorry, what was it?
No.
It is a controversial thing. What do you think about COVID?
I think it's bullshit.
Hello?
Like, it would be bullshit if it's a common disease now.
It's like, what's that flu that went around?
That's it. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You know, I went through and I done the stats. I done the statistics for it, and I went, you know, like they were saying, like here in New Zealand, there was 14,000 or between 12 and 14,000 things of COVID, and when you looked at a couple of years beforehand, and you look at the stats of the flu, you know, it was exactly the same number. So now what we have is we have COVID that's gone up this much, and now there's no flu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was.
I feel like they just needed to listen to the population.
Yeah, it was it was weird. It was weird.
It was
you know?
weird. It was
It was a weird time, and I was like, bro, what the hell is this government like? As old as we are, we have never seen this done before.
Yeah.
You know, we have never
like everything was on shutdown.
Like literally.
It was weird.
Like I think there was one case in 2011 or 9, where there was an influenza case, but they never went that far. And then there was the measles epidemic that happened in the early, you know.
Yeah.
But nothing like this, like. And I truly believe that it was everything to do with Trump, you know, which kind of made me go, I think I like this guy even more. Because, like, if a system is blocking the whole world and turning the whole world upside down to stop this guy, he must be doing something. You know, so then you start to have a look at what he's actually doing. What's he really all about, you know? Is he racist? Is he misogynistic? Is he this guy that they say he is? And then you find out, like, no, you know, and then, you know, like you kind of do your research and you just, you know, and so you kind of pull these out and then people start calling you, what's the word? Google professors. So I just kind of pulled back and, you know, started talking about other things. Like every now and again I'll pop something in there. Like they say, you know, that's what a system wants you to do. They want you to give up. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. Like, you know, it's like I'm good with that. Like, you know, it's just, it's not that I don't have the heart to fight, but I'll pick and choose my battles. And I think that's one thing that, you know, like people, you know, the younger generation, like you're just kind of full of fight everything, fight everyone and all this. But as you get older, you kind of realize like you can't do that anymore, and you just, you know, you'll pick and choose your battles. And the only battles if you have to fight. You know, you're not going to actually go all the way out of it. You know, since my newsfeed has been bombarded, I'm sure like all your guys' social media newsfeed has been bombarded by the Palestinian-Israel thing. You know, my first point is Palestine and Hamas are not the same thing. The second, and this one here, you know, of course we want all the killing to stop overall, but just this message here is for my Christian brothers and sisters. Now, if I understand it right, the people on the Gaza Strip, the population is right about just a little bit over 2 million. And the people over in the West Bank, I think it's maybe just a little bit under 3 million. But let's just round it up to 5 million for both. Okay, so it's a population of 5 million in Gaza Strip and West Bank. And the percentage of Christians in those areas there is 2.5%. So in a population of 5 million, 2.5% of them are Christians. Now, that's a number of 125,000. So I done the calculations, it's about 125,000. It's not about, it is 125,000. And so what you have is 125,000 Christians who can't be, they can't be too loud about their religion or their belief, because, you know, they'll be murdered in their own country, all right? They can't go to the surrounding areas because they're all Muslim countries too. They're all Muslims as well. So Jordan, Muslim, Egypt are more predominantly Muslim, and Iran is straight Muslim. So, you know, they can't go to any of the surrounding countries. You got 125,000 Christians, brothers and sisters, that are kind of stuck and praying to the same God that we pray to in Jesus' name, for love and support from brothers and sisters around the world. And we're sitting here, a lot of our brothers and sisters are sitting here waving the Israel flag, calling for the death or destruction to Palestine. Okay, majority of them are very innocent. Of course, the killing is bad. We don't want any of that at all. But the point is, for my Christian brothers and sisters, you're calling for the death and destruction of innocent people, including your brothers and sisters. Food for thought. Yeah.
They asked for slow jams, followed with some slow dance, a bit of grooving with a bit of romance. Pretty lady in the spot. They asked for slow jams, lady song, followed by some slow dance. You are my prize in this day. I'm looking at a while. A bit of grooving with a bit of romance. Pretty lady in the spot. They asked for slow jams, lady song, followed by some slow dance. You are my prize in this day. I'm looking at a while. A bit of smooth and my words are tight. I said, pretty lady in the spot. They asked for slow jam, lady song, followed by some slow dance. You are my prize in this day. I'm looking at a while. A bit of grooving with a bit of romance. Pretty lady in the spot. They asked for slow jam, lady song, followed by some slow dance.